Colin, Chairman of Into University Partnerships.
Now, the theme this year is obviously Stronger Together. What does that mean to you personally?
Stronger Together, teamwork. First thing I'd like to say is that one of the things that's become really apparent to me is the strength of, not just the strength of the Into network, but really I'm so proud of the quality and the strength in the Into team. It's an absolute delight for me, and I'm so very proud to be part of this team. I think we're making a big difference to international higher education. I think we all feel the passion, we're all committed to really delivering excellent student experiences, and we don't very often get the chance to bring our leadership team together and people involved from all over the world. We don't very often do that. So actually being able to come here together and sharing these 3 days has been a wonderfully revealing and affirming process for me. The work we're doing is really important, and the team that we've got working with it, I think, are first class. And I have to say, of course, obviously the partners. I mean, the commitment of the partners has been brilliant. We all share that vision, that mission and vision of delivering the world's best student experience for young people. And I think the evidence of that is really all around us today.
I think it's all about stories as well. I've had a lot of stories, not so much about what the institution is doing, but in terms of like the people that work there. I think that's the one thing that has been striking here. I mean, hearing those students this morning as well about their journeys from the start, turning up to a new environment that they didn't understand, and now they're flourishing. Especially Kurt with the Gangnam and everything else that we've got going on. Is it good for you when you started Into 7 years ago to get to this point, to have a great group of partners around you, and then hear straight from the horse's mouth from the students themselves that they're having such a great time?
Well, I thought the students were brilliant today, and I must say that I go to quite a lot of conferences, and we talk about students, and we talk about sometimes the student voice, but actually having the student voice on the panel was something of a first, and you kind of wonder why we don't do that more often. And I thought what they were saying was it was humbling, actually. I think that at the end of the day we all know what we're doing, and we have busy professional jobs and lots of commitments, but our organisation's about why we do things, and those young people were the personification really of why we do what we do and why we work so hard. And I think the values of our organisation and the commitment that we share with our partners to students, it's not just in the brochures, but it's everywhere. And it was great having it fed back to us today.
In terms of all of the challenges, there are small challenges, like you say, in terms of international higher education. But looking past those, again, what I've taken here is the excitement about higher education and the potential that organisations like us, partnerships like us, can have on young people. What excites you about the sector? What is it particularly that sparks the flame?
Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't describe it as excitement, actually. I think I have a tremendous sense of a burgeoning need around the world for young people to get access to high quality higher education. 170 million people in higher education this year, 270 million by 2025. How are we going to provide access for another 100 million people? It's a daunting challenge, and I think that actually talking to university partners, it's really quite clear that most of them don't see it fundamentally as part of their core mission to address that capacity gap, or actually are so stressed as organisations themselves with so many competing demands on their resources, they're not equipped to deal with it. So it's quite clear that there's an emerging agenda and a compelling need to build the world's capacity in higher education. And it seems to me quite clearly that actually it's got to be the private sector working with major public institutions that have got to address this. So am I excited? Well, actually, excited to an extent, but actually it's quite daunting. And I feel a real responsibility as a leader within Into University Partnerships, and with our ambitions to make an important contribution to the sector. We want to come up with solutions to this challenge. Into's got a part to play in driving private sector resource to build global capacity and improve access to high quality higher education for young people all around the world. We've done well in the first 5 or 6 years. But we want to be doing much more over the next 5 or 6 years, and I think everybody agrees that it's going to be about partnerships, it's going to be about networks, and it's going to be about driving private investment in to support capacity building. And yes, I'm excited, but slightly daunted by it too.
No worries. Are you looking forward to tonight?
Oh, the highlight's got to be those coveted awards, the nominations, the runners-up, the award winners. Gosh, it's the highlight of the year, isn't it?
I mean, do the Gangnam later?
I'll be marching in tune. I can assure you. That's
Andrew,
great.
thank you so much.
That's
Thank
good.
You. As always,
Thank you.
pleasure. Thank you. I'll take that.